All right. Yeah, we don't have the report cards up, but that's okay, man. Because I have the stat sheet in front of me, and Kyle, I'm just gonna start on a high note here, okay? And I'm gonna start with Tom Villander. Tom Villander. Gotta get that right. Villander, okay? It's not Villander. It's not Willander. It's definitely not Wielander. It's Tom Villander, okay? So just get that right. Tom Willander tonight was arguably the best Canuck on the ice. Statistically, he was by far the best Canuck on the ice. Kyle, Tom Willander was rocking an expected goals for percentage of 57%, and no other Canuck was above 31% on the night.
Yeah. Okay, so Trevor,
how is that even possible, man?
Trevor, I'm really happy that you brought up Tom Willander. And, watching this game today, and going into this episode, I was like, okay, you know what? We got to start the episode off with Tom Willander, or even Kevin Lankinen too, because I think what he did against Winnipeg too was overshadowed by Demko's injury. But he's been really good now for like 4 periods, and we're gonna need a lot of that. All in all, though, you want to start talking about Rutherford, so you kind of injected the drug in me to be an asshole. But now we're here, and what matters is the moment. And you're right, Tom Willander. And again, I'm happy that you brought him up, because I'm like, am I just looking for some positivity? Because we're getting wrecked. We're getting wrecked. A lot of chances. Lankinen's doing the splits every 2 seconds. Should be in the Olympics, for real. Getting high danger, outshot 22-2 in this game. But I'm like, how come Tom Willander's not looking bad? And then there was that play where he keeps, I think it was in the 3rd period or the 2nd period, I'm sorry. Like, he keeps in a puck that he shouldn't have kept in the offensive zone. And I'm like, he's doing that again. And then in overtime, Trevor, like the pucks, I think it was Jackson Blake about to bat it into the open net. Yeah, we ended up losing, but we could have lost a minute earlier. But what does Tom Willander do? Turns around, gets a stick on the puck, and knocks it out of danger. And I'm like, I'm noticing that amongst the chaos, this guy is calm, this guy is poised, and he's a solid defender. And he's athletic. And
he almost scored tonight. He hit the post. Breaking into the net.
And look at that play. He breaks into the net. I think it was the goalie that kind of pucked up a little and fed him. But why is he like skating so deep into the offensive zone right there in the 2nd period? Was it the 2nd or 3rd? Nonetheless,
that was the 2nd. Yeah,
it's like, whoa, this guy understands that. This guy understands that. You know what that tells me? This guy understands that his team sucks right now, and somebody has to do something. And this guy's a top 15 pick. He has the athletic ability to go around the ice pretty quick. He's confident that if he pucks up, he can skate back. But for him to do all those things now and be aggressive, I'm liking how he's leaning into his confidence / cockiness. Because I've heard this guy talk before. This guy gives me that energy that he knows he's good at hockey.
He knows he's good, but he's also humble too, right? And he knows where he needs to get better. And I'm sure he's heard the comments about him not having the greatest offensive game in the world, but he's making some plays in the offensive zone right now. And I think it's largely good pinches. He's making some good breakups in his own end, but he's knowing when to pinch right now as well. And going on the offense. And he's showing the poise of someone. Like, he looked better than Philip Hronek tonight. One love to Philip Hronek. I hope he's not obviously not too injured, but Tom Willander for me was probably the best Canuck on the ice tonight, shift by shift. He wasn't really sheltered either. I mean, the top guys he played against, and Carolina had their lines all over the place because of the Jarvis injury, but top guys he played against were Stankoven, Jackson Blake, Taylor Hall, Nikolai Ehlers, and Andrei Svechnikov, right? Sebastian Aho. Like, his top minutes were against the Carolina Hurricanes' top 6 guys, spread out pretty evenly, and he had a great game. A+ for Tom Willander. Okay, let's get through it. This is 5-ish minutes for the that was 5-ish minutes on Tom Willander. Okay, let's end it right there. Now, Brock Besser, I'm giving him a C-. I mean, aside from the cross-ice pass to Garland and the power play goal, his line with Reichel and Sherwood, I believe it was, they got absolutely caved tonight. They were on the ice for, as a line, like 3 shot attempts for and like almost 30 shot attempts against. Like, it was a disaster for them tonight. P.O. Joseph barely played. I can't think of one play he did. I'm going to give him an incomplete. Connor Garland scored. Let's give him a C. Philip Hronek, I'm going to give him a C. Drew O'Connor, I barely know him either. Let's give him a C. Mackenzie McEachern, man, replaces Archie Baines, sets up Max Hassan for the opening goal of the game. Let's give Mackenzie McEachern a B, man. Shout out to a dude with one of the most interesting names in hockey. DPD. I had a thought tonight, actually, that DPD and Tom Willander kind of look alike. DPD is just like the beefier cousin.
They got like the big head.
Yeah. Yeah, big head, like similar faces, even, you know.
Dude,
Um,
when I was at the game last week or whatever, I didn't know Tom Lander was like that. Like he's wide. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks like a man with equipment on at least. Like he fills like he fills up.
yeah,
I don't know if
100%,
you
man.
noticed that. Like
He's been having
I thought,
pistachio smoothies just like you.
yeah, I just assumed that he would be a little like smaller or something, but he's got the build, and I wonder if like, well, it's kind of obvious. Like they looked at that, and again, that's why they wanted him to start the year off with the team heading into training camp. It didn't work out like that, but this guy's not going anywhere.
No, 100%. And in terms of DPD, no, there's still some mistakes in his game. He didn't have his head up tonight when he got hit by Kotkaniemi, but he was actually one of the better Canucks tonight in terms of possession on a very bad night for most Canucks. I'm going to give him a B- overall. Marcus Pettersson, to be honest, Kyle, I thought he had one of his better games as a Canuck. I mean, he played over 30 minutes tonight, filling in for Quinn Hughes. Um, and largely when Marcus Pettersson was on the ice, the Canucks actually did fine in terms of limiting chances compared to the rest of the team.
Okay, is there a way to look at like his stats with Tyler Myers on the ice and his stats without Tyler Myers on the ice? So
Absolutely.
I know for sure Tyler Myers drags down Marcus Pettersson. Like, yo, Marcus Pettersson to me, you get the best out of him when he's the second best pair on your defense, and also you get the best out of him when like his partner isn't just a chaotic mess. I just saw a quote from Tyler Myers saying, "Yo, we gotta possess the puck more. We're playing way too much defense, and stop turning over the puck." You literally started off, he literally set the tone for the rest of the game. He had like 3 turnovers in the first 5 minutes, and one led to a goal. It's like, yo, what are you doing? You're one of the oldest guys on the team.
No, he is the oldest guy on the team. Tonight, like you alluded to, Tyler Myers skated 13:51 at even strength to Marcus Pettersson, Tom Willander, a shade over 11 minutes. Marcus Pettersson and Tyler Myers, when they were on the ice together, their expected goals for percentage was 15.8%. That's 15.8%. When Willander and Marcus Pettersson were on the ice together, they actually controlled expected goals for
Yeah, exactly.
56.7%.
That's embarrassing if you're Tyler Myers, man. A rookie's just like helping out the third most important defenseman on this team. Like, yo, less is more with Tyler Myers. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, Marcus Pettersson, I'm giving him an A. Elias Pettersson, I want to stop here for a second and then rip through the list. But Elias Pettersson, I thought this was like a classic Elias Pettersson night for the 2025 version of Elias Pettersson. You know, all the defensive zone draws he's having to take, a lot of defensive responsibility. Again, holding his own for the most part against top competition, makes the great play on the penalty kill. I know Sean Walker kind of gave him a gift, but he made no mistake. He rips that shot. We have not seen that shot in quite some time, Kyle. We're still waiting for it here in 2025. Again, a pretty good game overall. He gets an assist on the power play as well. Golden assist, boom, bam. You like to see it.
Yeah.
But I was screaming at the TV when Elias Pettersson bit on Sebastian Aho at 3-on-3. Like I can see that coming. I know I'm not on the ice, and it's different when you're not on the ice. But when Sebastian Aho skated up to the blue line, Pettersson chased hard after him. I'm like, he's gonna pivot and go right by him, and that's exactly what he did. And he scores the game-winning goal. So that was
Yeah.
a bit of a frustrating play, but
Yeah.
again, I'll get Pettersson a B- overall in the night.
But for me, twofold, okay? Like I was like, there was points when I was watching the game and there wasn't a lot of bright spots individually speaking, but there was moments where I'm like, yo, Elias Pettersson, at least he's like always in the right spot and he's bringing the puck out, like calming us down. Even there was a moment in the first period where he's like dancing in the defensive zone and pretty much prompting Carolina to calm down. Right? Like I liked what he was doing. It even came to a point, Trevor, where I was like, yeah, this was one of those games where I'm like, yo, Elias Pettersson needs help. Like that's when it really hit me. Like, yo, this guy needs help. That being said, when the defensive zone draws that he lost at the end of the game, not like you need to just win those. Like the team needs you to win those. I wasn't too impressed with that. And the fact that like they were trying to get Atu Ratu on the ice with like 50 seconds left and they were stopped from making that change against swapping Pettersson or Ratu. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? I thought this guy was like the Selke Pettersson, the two-way guy, So like that wasn't a good look too. But I'm assuming that Pettersson was just bad in the circle today. Like I'm assuming, was that the case?
Yeah, I believe that was the case too.
Yeah, I'll
And
look it up. Keep going.
yeah, Carolina Hurricanes are pretty good in the faceoff dot too. But yeah, again, up and down night for Elias Pettersson overall. Mostly down night for the Canucks. Kyle, I'm gonna see if I can rip through this in
Go,
15
go.
seconds. Think
Yeah,
I
go,
can
go.
do it?
Yeah,
Kiefer Sherwood, give him a C. Lots of hits, not much else. Aturatu, good defensive zone faceoffs, let's give him a C. Tyler Myers, F. Max Sasson, give him a B+. Shout out to Max Sasson. Lucas Reichel gets an F. Jake DeBrusk gets a solid C-. Evander Kane gets an F. Linus Carlson, he gets a C+. And Kevin Lankinen gets an A. That was 5-ish minutes for report cards. Let's shout out a couple sponsors and wrap up the show. Getting your vibe and some comments on the end of the show here on Locked On Canucks.